Hello everybody, welcome to episode 3 of I Love You, Colonel Sanders, this dumb fucking game. Today, it's episode 3, and I got back to the point we were up, making sure that I went back and picked the dialogue options I actually picked the first time through. And so, yeah, Spoke Monster is different text now. Gorko, the Spoke Monster, is here to fight a hero. Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu? I'm sorry, Gorko, but I could have sworn we already battled you last night. That was Borko, my twin, and I, Gorko, am here to avenge them. Are you strong, Borko? Well, we're twins, so no, not really. We're pretty much exactly equal in every way. Why do you ask? Kind of send a smirk. He's already on the same page as you. It's just that we beat Borko pretty easily, so I don't think you have much of a chance. Not to mention, I feel really guilty about that. If I could take it back, I would. I don't know why this is. Why does this come up? Why? If I could take it back, I would. Fuck off. No, I wouldn't. I destroyed him. I wanted to destroy him. He deserves the death he got. I think what Eira is saying is, can't we just be friends? Life's too short for making enemies. I suppose. We really don't need to fight. It's just that I've got these pointy teeth and claws. All the better for enjoying tasty foods. Surely you like to eat, don't we all? Of course I do. Inspiration strikes and you come up with a quick idea. Jump on this. Toss a biscuit into Gorko's open mouth and he devours it in one gulp. Delicious. You're much nicer than the evil students who once upon a time turned me into this creature who stands here today. Why would he be okay with this? We killed his twin brother. And he's just like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no, I was a... Is that Chihuahua? But I was still a student at the school, until one day some mean kid with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me and I was forever transformed. Magic spellbook? Precisely. Booker used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way, I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I will be there. Sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Eira, together I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. Personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like. But it sounds like you're about to find out. By the way, this episode's going to be a bit shorter than normal. I already recorded this episode, but the audio was all messed up and like corrupted, so I couldn't use it. This episode should be fine. I hope so. But in that I played all the way to completion. I finished the game, but it took like 49 minutes or something, which is a bit too much over 30 for me to actually be happy with it. Because when I recorded the episode, I didn't know how much was left to the end. I just knew I was close, so I kind of did it on the fly. But with this, I'd just like to do 2 shorter episodes instead of one longer one. So this episode won't be 30 minutes, but I guess you can already see the timer if you want to. So yeah, it's just letting you know why that's the case. Here we go. Anyway, let's continue. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. Looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy, or something crispy? Both, perhaps. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it secret, just for you? Reveal it. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your... By the way, I'm not picking... I don't, know what different options cause from my original recording. These are the options I chose in the original recording, and we'll stick with them for the most part. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. Magnificent. Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. To be honest, I hate coleslaw. Don't like it at all. Can't stand it. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. And when we get coleslaw from KFC, I really don't have any. I don't have any. I don't like it. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Let's get out this window. He's got a mad view. He gazes out the window across the vast lakes and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's kind of see him in the middle of something. You open the window a crack and the ghost of student is swept out with a breeze. Let's check this chicken out. He knows a very realistically stuffed chicken sitting on the corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy. Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. On further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color; it's actually made of spun silver. I don't get this. Is his hair made of silver? Did he put silver in the comb? I don't I don't understand what this means. It's weird. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. What power toll? Freshly starched cola, piece of wood floating in the lake. Summer of '69. No, it's one of the secret recipes. One of the secret recipe ingredients. It's. Tell me not to discover more. No, yeah, this door opened up, but we'll check that out last. You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty. When you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lies the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. Yes, I'm so sorry for this millionaire who's dead. Probably billionaire, honestly. Oh no, there's not many. He'd be a millionaire probably when he died. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They ordered fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be chasing them. No, that's not what's happening in this image. I don't know why this is the text for it. That's not what's happening at all. You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. An adorable little baby bull An adorable... Oh shit, I didn't read it. Oh well, whatever. He frames a baby picture of just themselves. Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of a company they founded. Am I right? Am I right? You get it, guys? This must be where he keeps the secret ingredient. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. How do you do unsafe dials like that? How do you do the same number twice? I feel like at one point in my high school, my lock had the same number twice, and I think, did I have to just do a full spin? I don't know. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they mean? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. Don't usually learn those out, but I must say it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. Let's see. Okay, so when I did the original recording, I originally picked this. You decide that now is your moment to make a big move. That gets you a game over, so we're not going to do that. We'll just do this one. You're telling me you're cold. I don't know what that option does, but Maybe I'll make more videos. I don't know. I don't know if I want to explore more of this game, the extra dialogue options. I don't think there's enough. Well, there's enough for a full video, but I don't know if I don't know if I care enough, rather. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. I just got a little cold and thought this might warm me up. Colonel Sanders smiles and scoots closer to the fireplace. It's warm by the fire. Why don't you come a little closer? Hey. Suddenly everything feels like it's moving too fast. Final exams are tomorrow. You should be thinking about what you're going to cook. I should be home studying. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving the colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Eira? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You took late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence. Z's. You wake to the beautiful morning and Colonel Sanders decided, wait, we spent the night here? Jesus. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. That makes me think that last decision is meant to be an influential one, but the top one gives you a failure, so I'm wondering if maybe there's two endings based on the second and third option. I don't know. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, isn't even legal. That's a weird one. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. He takes Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Flatter him. You know, I think we make a great team. A single tear begins to pull in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. With the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking about you? Oh wait, could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Ooh. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out of the door and get home. Still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, I was just... Now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you to speed up on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I'd been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him you'd better keep your dials turned up polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving? As if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker. And now, I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however... You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection? Wowzers. This is weird. Why is this an option? It just says Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. That's what Miriam's doing. Why is it an option here? Huh? Why is that an option I click? It's also the only one. It's so weird. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. Am I even pronouncing that word right? I don't know. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order up one right away. Oh, my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped, too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school. There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Eira, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer incident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel says arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Eira, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Much concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? What about the favour of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Eira. I'm more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Eira. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, what's that book? Oh, right. So here, I assume the text is meant to say, whoa, what's that book? But, it's, whoa, that's that book. So, good job there. Looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings, cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else? Like anything else not rooted in dark magic? Maybe try a string around your finger? Okay, fine. It is drastic. Desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Don't do it. That's ridiculous. That's way too extreme. Take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. Want you all to know, I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on a cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns ferals and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence! I told you to never come back here, Terrence. I will destroy you, Terrence. Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off of his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? You named him Terrence. You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrels in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Eira, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, but before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Again, why is this an option? Sprinkles interrupted by whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room. Why is that an option I'm selecting? Why? That should just be text. I told you to save it for after class. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no, you were to show off your cool kid friends, Jeff and Joan, J&J, forever. What, J&J forever? Or just from a triangle mid-air as we descend. Triangle's the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Sad beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. It's breaking down. No amount of seizing is gonna make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. Just a deep-fried shoe. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clink slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate, but we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches, see you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, you okay? Okay? I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? A tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup's no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm going to say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're going to cruise through the final tests and hit the carpool lane of Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe, sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is going to love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch. But that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena only to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed madman, and his evil counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run for a quick test of the recipe you've been working on, Eira's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Eira, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's not too bad. That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who was hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You said it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Fess up. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know. My nose can smell pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell. Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with no butter crust, and my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? No. I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. Wow, it only stayed on there for one word dialogue line. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Alright, well, we'll end the episode here then. And next time, we'll do the final showdown, and we will pretty much finish the game with the next episode. We'll at least get one ending. There might be multiple endings. I don't know if I want to go for them all, but we'll at least finish it once. Next time, you want to see when that happens, make sure to subscribe. Like the video if you enjoyed. I'll see you all next time.